What's going on? Let's talk about a fun exercise talking about selling your favorite Warhammer army. And I'm definitely wearing pants. Let's get into it. If you had a buyer for your favorite Warhammer army, whatever that may be, a lot of us I know are deeply attached to our armies. And if that buyer was going to go ahead and give you your asking price, what would your price be? Now, obviously, if it was $1 million or something like that, this exercise or thought experiment really has no value because, of course you would sell it for $1 million. Also, if you have, in your mind you would not ever sell it, then that also kind of ruins the fun here. So just pretend you would sell it. What price would you want to sell it for that you felt like you got your money back or you made a profit on your painting or, it was worth it. You had a great time and now you're glad to take that money and put it somewhere else. We down at the local game store are always chit-chatting while we're painting and stuff. And I'm always fascinated with the idea, which I talk about a lot on the channel, fascinated by the idea of selling painted miniatures and retiring early and yada yada, things like that. So, what I want to get into here, I was talking about this the other day. My favorite 40K army that I have since 8th edition is my AdMech. It's fully painted, and I still have some more units I'm adding to it every once in a while, and I just finished another unit of Breachers. And then I thought, I'd probably sell this whole army for double retail and be totally happy with it. It's won a couple best painted at some local tournaments, so it wins some awards, and it looks very nice, I think. And I was thinking, if somebody gave me, if I added up the total retail cost, current retail cost, because with price increases, and then doubled it, I think I would be happy to get that money back and put all that money in, I guess, into the stock market, and then I would just work on another army like my Space Marines or Eldar or whatever. And I was curious if this was something anybody else would do because it didn't seem like most people would even consider it. So down in the comments right now, before you, just do a right off the top of your head, how much would you want to sell your army for? Or what, double retail, triple retail, quadruple, whatever. Of course, more is better if you're just trying to get the money. But unfortunately, sometimes people need the money and have to sell their collections. Now, this obviously is a great opportunity for people who have some extra dollars laying around because then you can buy up some nice Warhammer armies off other people. And a lot of times, if you wait until you need the money, you do not get the price you want because you generally have some sort of timeline that you need the money by. Meaning, you have to sell it right away because you need the money for like X bills or whatever. So this also got me into another kind of fun thought. And I was thinking, if I painted and sold every model I owned, it's probably retirement. Like, I imagine it's over $100,000, assuming every model was painted and sold for like $30 to $100 a model, except for maybe even big models sold for more. Although I think it would be very hard to sell like a 5-man unit of Space Marines at $30 a model for $150. But just, you get my point. It's very easy to sell a nicely painted D&D miniature for $30. So it could kind of average out. I've sold a few for 80 or 90. So it's worth, you can. And I wonder if what you think your collection's worth. Obviously, I'm a bit of a hoarder, I guess, when it comes to armies and miniatures and stuff. So maybe my collection's much bigger than most people's because I'm constantly buying up people's armies and wheeling and dealing, trading, whatever. So I have a lot of stuff. I don't know what the value would be if I sold everything I owned. Let's say I didn't paint a single thing in addition, sold everything I own and kept just like my painted armies. I still think it would be approaching $10,000-$20,000 maybe. I don't know. It's really hard, like when you got to guess how many jelly beans are in that jar at the library when you're a kid, and you win all the jelly beans. Well, it's kind of like that. Try to think about putting a number on your collection, or just put a number on your, say, army or your favorite army, or even just an army that you like but maybe you don't care that much about. Most of this video is just to start a conversation in the comments because I think it'd be fun to talk about this sort of thing. I might actually go ahead and add up the retail value of my AdMech. I think that could be a fun little video. And if you like this sort of thing, me talking about Warhammer, talking about a lot of times money, retirement, whatever, mental health, things like that, go ahead and subscribe. Ghost brushes, my paintbrush line, are available on eBay. So I will have a link in the description below if you want to go buy a set of those. And we have another Kickstarter coming up in 2020. So that's coming up very soon because it is November. So what is it? How much does it cost to sell your favorite army?